In this walkthrough, you'll learn how to use filters in Notion to see only the information that matters right now. Filters narrow your view to items that meet specific criteria, so you can focus on the right tasks, notes, or records without scrolling through everything. We'll move through the process step by step, explain what each option means, and share a few practical tips along the way so you feel confident using filters in any database view. Start by opening the database you want to filter. This could be a table, a board, a list, a calendar, or a gallery. If the database lives inside a page, open that page and scroll until you see the database block. If your database has multiple views, make sure you're looking at the one you want to refine. Filters apply to the current view, so the changes you make won't affect other views unless you add the same filters there as well. If you don't see the toolbar right away, click into the database area to bring its controls into focus. Now look toward the top of the database. Above the items, you'll find a toolbar with options like filter, sort, and sometimes search or group, depending on the view type. This toolbar is where you'll add and manage filters. The filter button is your entry point. It may say filter, or it might show a small indicator if filters are already active. Click the filter button to open the filter menu. This menu is where all your filter settings live. If no filters are set, it will be empty and ready for your first one. Choose Add a Filter from the drop-down. This creates a new filter row and prompts you to define exactly what you're looking for. Next, choose the property you want to filter by. Properties are the columns in a table or the fields connected to each item, such as status, tags, priority, due date, assignee, or any custom property you've added. Think about how your information is structured and pick the property that best matches the way you want to narrow your list. For example, if you want to focus on a particular stage of work, pick a status or stage property. If you're organizing by topic or department, tags or a select property is a good choice. If you're working with scheduling, a date property will be most helpful. After selecting the property, choose the condition you want to apply. The available conditions depend on the property type. For select and multi-select properties, you'll usually see options like is not, contains, or does not contain. Number properties include comparisons, such as greater than or less than. Text properties have contains, does not contain, starts with, or is empty. Date properties offer choices like on or before, on or after, is within the next week, is within the past month, and similar time-based conditions. Checkbox properties allow is checked or is unchecked. Pick the condition that describes how the property should be evaluated. Now enter or choose the value for that condition. If you're filtering by a select or tags property, you'll pick from the existing options so your filter matches exactly. For text, type the term you want to find. Contains will match any item where the text includes that word or phrase. For numbers, type the target number. For dates, you can select a specific date, choose a range, or pick a relative option like next week or past 30 days. Be as precise as you can so your results are clean and relevant. As soon as you set the value, Notion updates your view. Take a moment to review the filtered database results on the screen. You should now see only items that meet the condition you defined. This change is instant and reversible, and it affects only what's visible. Your other items are still there, simply hidden from view while the filter is active. If something you expected to see is missing, double-check that you chose the correct property, set the right condition, and entered the value accurately. If you want to get even more specific, add multiple filters. Open the filter menu again and choose Add a Filter to stack another condition. Each additional filter further narrows the list, so items must meet all the active conditions to appear. For example, you might filter where status is in progress and tags contains design to focus on just the design work that's underway. Keep an eye on your results as you add filters. A combination that's too strict can hide everything, which is a sign to loosen a condition or remove one. At any time, you can remove or edit filters from the filter menu. Click the filter you want to adjust and change the property, the condition, or the value, and watch the results update immediately. To remove a filter, delete it from the menu. Clearing all filters restores the full database, just as it was before. This flexibility makes it easy to refine your view as your needs change. And because filters are saved with the view, your settings will be there the next time you return. A few final tips can help you get the most out of filtering. Filters are great for performance and focus when you're working with large databases. They limit visual noise and help you act faster. Filters are different from search, which is temporary and keyword-based. A filter is a persistent rule for the view. If you regularly use the same criteria, consider leaving those filters in place on that view so you always land on the right slice of information without recreating it. And remember that the choices available in conditions come from the property type. So the better your properties are defined, the more precisely you can filter. That's the full process. Open your database, find the filter control, add a filter, choose the property, set the condition and value, review the results, stack more filters if needed, and adjust or remove them anytime. With these steps, you can quickly surface exactly what you need and keep your workspace clear, relevant, and easy to navigate.